Okay, so I decided to set myself a challenge. People have been speedrunning escaping 2B2T spawn for a while, but let's be honest, that's very, very easy. What really marks you being established on the server is owning a dupe stash. So I wanted to see how quickly I could get from spawning into 2B2T on a new account to finding a dupe stash. Also, just quickly, I did actually stream doing this live on YouTube, so if you want to catch one of those streams or see more content, please consider subscribing. Thank you, and back to the video. So I got a new Minecraft account that had never logged into 2B2T before, bought it prior queue, ripped my wallet, and logged in. Once I got in, I turned on all the modules on the hacked clients that I would need, and headed into the nether. I'm going to be explaining my thought process on how I went about doing this speedrun, and the few limitations I set myself while you watch some of my earlier attempts that weren't so successful. We did however have a good time and find some very interesting things in these attempts, but if you just want to skip straight to the final run, there'll be a timestamp in the description.
Beg for free gear off the Infinity Incursion. Or just straight up. Oh, I didn't get it. This is so sad.
If you're a bit confused about what's going on, I decided that the first step I needed to accomplish was to obtain an elytra, XP bottles to repair the elytra, and some food, as this would massively decrease the time it would take to find a dupe stash. There were several ways I could have done this. Obviously, I could have done it the vanilla way, however that would have taken days, so it wasn't feasible for a speedrun. I could have also walked around the greater spawn area, looking for very small regear stashes where I could have stolen stuff. However, that would have also taken too long. I decided that the fastest way to get one would be to trick a geared player into lending me one, pretending I just needed to fly out to a stash I knew the coordinates of. And so that's what I did. On only my third attempt, I got lucky and found a player that gave me all the gear I would need. After this, I stole some map art and headed off down another highway to get far enough away from spawn that I would actually find some stashes. While I'm flying down the highway, I'll explain the two limitations I set myself. The first was that I could not give myself gear or go to any dupe stashes I knew the coordinates of. And the second was that I could not reveal to anyone who I was. This was to avoid players I knew giving me free gear or even coordinates to stashes. I got out to 100,000 blocks overworld, but what I hadn't expected was the player that lent me the gear had followed me, probably hoping to take the stash for himself, so I had to escape from him before I continued. At this point, it's mostly just a lot of luck finding a stash. However, there are some good tips and tricks, such as avoiding new chunks, since they cannot have stashes in them, and also exploring savannas, as these have a high chance of containing dupe stashes. This is because the last active dupe on 2B2T was a donkey or llama dupe, and because there is a high chance of finding one of those in the savannah, it actually means there are generally more stashes in those biomes.
Ooh, that's not a natural structure. I will later the big lump. Oh. Easy Elliot's home. Please don't break. No harm feel free to take from my farm. That's very nice. Not much good loot, unfortunately. Nothing in the... Oh, I will take that food. And a creeper head. I'll take that as well. Wonderful.
At this point, I travelled for about another 30 minutes, but found nothing. I thought this was because I was getting too far away from the axis, so I decided to head through another portal and get to a better area to search.
Very long. Huh. Someone's built a nether base. Mr. Gibbs. Oh. And that is a glitched portal.
And then
I'm struggling. Oh dear.
a tragedy occurred.
No. This is so sad. My own incompetence. truly tragic.
But I was not about to give up. All this meant was I had a new opportunity to try and get a time under 1 hour. I tried the same tactic of telling people I was an alt account to get some free gear. Unfortunately, the Infinity Incursion was at spawn, and they aren't very generous. In fact, they killed me with an end crystal even when I was naked. This guy didn't even give me a kit when I told him I was Fit MC, which was very disappointing. The Infinity Incursion killed me one more time, and I realized I had to change my tactic. So instead of going to 0-0, I ran around the nether ring roads close to spawn to try and find someone who would give me gear. I found a perfect target, someone who was rich enough to give gear, but not experienced enough to know I wasn't telling the absolute truth. Unfortunately, they also weren't great at PvP and got killed, so I had to wait for them to get back to give me gear. He also asked for name tags in return, which I didn't have, but I fully intended to make this worth his while, giving him a heap of gear from any stash I found in exchange for his kindness. With this new gear, I headed off down a different highway to get out to an area where stashes might be. This time, however, I had a different strategy. Last time I was hunting, I flew out to 100,000 in the nether, and then flew directly away from the axis. This time, I was also going to fly out to 100,000 in the nether. Then I was going to fly 20,000 blocks off the axis, and then continue to travel parallel to it, hopefully increasing my chances of finding a stash quickly.
Oh, we seem to have picked up 5 netherrack on our travels. The future is... Oh dear. That would have been very amusing if we died getting trapped in this blocks. Oh, where are we? Underwater? Did I escape spawn? I'd say I'm pretty... Ooh. Now this is a strip for a donkey Dupe. No, it's not. This is... Oh, this is exactly on the 100,000. Huh. So this is just a path. I'd love to explore that. If I wasn't speedrunning, I'd stop and explore this, because that's actually really interesting. What is this? Well, something weird. I suppose that was left. The Potato Man 12 evidently blew up this beautiful and historic base, probably around from 2011. It's probably 9 years old, and who is it? This guy just came and blew it up. Despicable. They wouldn't have stacked up so many times. And that looks like a donkey duping strip. Ooh. And that's a chest right next to me. My brain is a little bit small. I had search turned off from when I was in the nether. We could run straight over a dupe stash. I doubt it. But still, the possibility's there. This is definitely a strip for a donkey dupe. Definitely. Unfortunately, it looks like it's either already been looted, or they couldn't find a donkey to dupe with. So we'll keep searching. Oh, what is this? This is not natural. Where possible, I gave this machine a shulker of name tags so you don't have to. You're skeptical? Look, I've already found something. It takes me an average of 20 hours to find one stash. Ooh. Thank you very much for giving that guy his name name tags though. That is very kind of you. What a legend. But this... Let's see what's down here. Because this looks like the start of a base. Oh! And those look like shulker boxes. And that's a bed? Ooh, what do we have here? Alright, that's not of interest. Look, I'm not complaining. Diamond armor? Look, not what I was hoping for, but still nothing to snivel about. Okay, let's quickly check these chests and then we can move on and leave this guy to finish making his base. Let me grab some building blocks. Yes, I will take some diamond tools and a bucket. Huh, and I'll grab some blocks as well. Wonderful. That's really cool. Maybe I'll save these chords and I'll come back and check out how this base is progressing soon. What? Well, just as you're about to head up, see, blue's a good luck charm, because that's a dupe stash. Okay, wait, I've got to get up here and check first before I stop the timer. So many traces. Okay. Let's check the shulkers. Those are definitely duped items. Yes, that's an illegal shulker where half the stuff's been reverted. Look at that. Okay. Is there more? Yes. We've done it. Stop the clock. Oh. In under an hour. It's probably Gudron's. It's definitely Gudron's stash. Okay, let me add that time in. Oh, my heart's actually pounding. I can't believe we did it. I have my doubts, I'll admit. I was trying to stay optimistic, but I have my doubts. Oh, on your way. Okay, no, I'm not going to blow it up. I'm very poor. I'm going to pearl all this away. Let me turn off search, because that's making such ugly patterns. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's not that much XP. Ooh, yes. Yes. This is... Oh, so these are illegal shock boxes that would contain player heads, but have been reverted by the plugins. And I presume these would have been stacked, but they've been reverted as well. So this would have all been stacked armor. It's not even... Oh, these don't even have thorns, so they're perfect for crystal PvP. Absolutely wonderful. I would need to check for name tags, but thankfully, Absolute Legend already gave them. Message Beast. Someone already gave Beast his name tags. So, I'm so sorry I've forgotten your name, but kindly went and gave Mr. Beast his name tags already. Finally, it's over. Thanks, Viper. Thanks for the support. Consumables. Gapples. Oh, perfect. Let me grab some totems as well. I presume that means stacked. I will wrap up the stream in a second, and I'll grab my second account on and pull all this stuff away.